The Places area of the Ableton browser allows users to download and install additional content, as well as quickly access frequently used folders and files without going to a Mac Finder or Windows Explorer window. So I've got a default set open here if you're following along on your own system. And let's go down into the Places area of the browser, and let's start with packs. So packs expand the core library that is included with all versions of Live. And packs contain devices, racks, presets, clips, loops, and/or one-shot samples. And there's a lot of content that you can download on the Ableton site for free. So let me tab over to my browser, and on the Compare Live Editions version or page on the website, if you go down about halfway, you'll see an area that calls Packs, and you'll see the intro, standard, and suite version columns. And anywhere you see a dot, that's content that's included with that version of Live. So you can see there is a lot of additional content that's included with Suite. There's a little bit with Standard, and there's only this chop and swing that is included with Intro. Now, not only is there free content that you can download, but you can also purchase additional Live packs. So if I go to this second tab here on my browser where it says Packs, I'll point out that as you look at this, if you don't see a price and you just see a download button, well, that's stuff that's either included with your version or you've already purchased. And as you go down, you'll eventually find some that have a price listed on them. And you can buy that and then add that to your additional content. Now, in the browser itself, I have to say that they've made some changes I really like over versions 10 and 11. So now we can actually go in and we can see the individual packs, and you can go in and you can see what's available in each pack. So if I open up this Angelicals, I can see that there's an arpeggios, bass, effects, pad, and all these different categories. And if I drill down, I'm going to eventually get to presets or other kinds of content. Now, if I go down to the bottom, this is where I really like some changes they've made. So not only can I see that I've got additional content I can download, but I can also see that there are updates to some of the packs that I've already installed on my system, which are all of these packs up here. So if I click on this triangle, I can see, okay, there's 7 updates to the different packs that I've already downloaded and installed. And if I go into the bottom one here, I can see that there's 13 additional packs that are included with Ableton Live Suite, or my version of Ableton. Now, you can install one of these by clicking one of these download arrows. And then once it's downloaded, it'll turn into an install button, and you can click and install that pack. At the very bottom of all of this, there's a link to that same webpage that I was showing you where you can access all these available Live packs. All right. Now, below that in the Places area, we have direct access to the user library. So the user library is an area where you can save content or device presets that you have created or modified in a project so that you can use it later in another project. For example, let me go up to Instruments, and I'm just going to grab the first virtual instrument here, Analog, and drop it on this first MIDI track. And let's say that I've made some changes to this, and now I want to save this. So all I need to do is on the device is find this little old-fashioned floppy disk looking icon, or maybe that's a drive icon, and click on that, and that will jump you into that area of the user library where you can give that a name. And let's just call this Cool Pad. And then hit my return key, and now that's saved, so that if I want to use that on another project, all I have to do is come into the user library, find that, and drag and drop that on a track. Otherwise, you can go directly into the user library and you can go into one of these categories, or you can even create one if you want to right click over here and choose new folder and call this drum clips. And now if you create a clip over here that you want to add into that, all you have to do is just grab it and drag it into that folder. Now, below the user library, we have direct access to the current project. Well, I don't have anything saved here, so there's nothing in that. But if I did, you would see the Ableton Live set and any other folders that are created as we work on a project. So below the current project folder, you'll see that I've got a custom folder here called exercise files. And this is a folder that contains the files for this particular video course. And I've added that to the sidebar here by clicking on the Add Folder button. And I'll do that again. Let me select that, and I'm going to get rid of it by right-clicking on it and say Remove from Sidebar. So now I can just click the Add Folder link here, and that would go out to maybe my desktop, and then where I've got the exercise files there, I can click Open, and now that's available here. And if I want to go into one of these subfolders in that, I just open that up, and then there is a live project folder. And if I open that up, we can see the .als or Ableton Live set file, and then there are some additional content that I have saved into this folder. So all of that can be accessed by going into the project folder and then just kind of navigating down to the content that I want to find. So now that you're familiar with the Places section of the browser, you'll be able to download and install additional content from the Ableton website, as well as configure the browser so that you can access your drives, folder, and files all via Live's browser.